Hello and welcome to heliosblog. My name is Helios, here for another reaction video. Today, Andrew Tate gives some relationship advice. Let's get into it.
The reason she's alone is because she's difficult.
Women are not accepting the bare minimum.
Women fuck men they respect.
All the women who say things like, I'm strong, independent, I don't need no man, like, y'all impress me.
Women just gaslight each other and say what they want to hear.
Because you need to understand that half of the people on this planet, 50% of all people alive, are females.
Literally.
So that woman you think is so special, that one you really want, she's so special, she ain't special, bro. She ain't special. Get that shit out your head straight away.
Well, here's the thing, guys, and I mean, you already know this. It's much harder for a man to become strong than for a woman to become strong. And so as a result of that, right, because men are not born with value, women are born with value. So if you as a man want to become strong, you need to work to gain that value. You got to build it. You don't just wake up in the morning and suddenly you have value. No, you got to exercise regularly. You got to make a certain amount of money. You have to be physically fit. You got to be tall. You got to be confident. You got to be charismatic. You need so many things as a man to be successful. Whereas what does she have? She has luck, genetic luck. So what is the difference? I mean, we all know. Men have to build it. Men must become. Women just are. So who should be chasing who? And it's obvious, at a certain level, women chase men, right? They only want the top 20%. And that's not a joke. There's a reason why that is. It's because it's hard to do what men do.
Because the more special you think she is, the more you're going to fuck up when you're talking to her. She ain't special. She takes a shit in the morning like everyone else. Just a fucking human organism.
Absolutely.
Who cares? There's girls prettier than her around. Maybe you ain't got their phone numbers, but they exist. So you got to go out and get them.
That's right.
So don't be trying too hard. Now, the reason I get away with such little work is because I put such a high price tag on myself.
Well, that's not exactly why. The reason why he has to put in so little work, guys, is because he's put in so much work to become highly successful. So, guys, I always give this advice. It's always better time spent. It's always time better spent becoming a superior man versus chasing girls. Because once you're at a certain level, these girls, they're all interested. So that's the point. The point is you need to work on yourself, because once you do, you will be successful. But you need to work on yourself first.
I am a 4-time kickboxing world champion multimillionaire.
There you go.
So even any feat.
Think about how much work went into all of those things. Four-time kickboxing champion. So how much work goes into becoming a successful kickboxer? Well, a lot, right? Think about how much base knowledge you need, right? And then to be better than most people at it. I mean, it takes a lot of work, right? And then, on top of that, then you become a businessman and become, successful at that. So you're multi-successful. So you're already doing better than most men, and this is obvious, right? All right, let's continue.
Female, no matter how beautiful, knows I'm never going to be the guy hitting her up constantly. I'm not going to be the guy she can call and I'll always answer. I'm not going to be the dude who will give her lifts to work. She knows I got shit going on. So remember what I was saying earlier to you about how I've never struggled with females because I never focused on the females. These other game books and Roosh and all these idiots. This is the woman, get the woman, get the woman. Forget the bitch, forget.
Yup, okay, shilling time. Let's do it first, okay. Hit the like, hit the sub, hit all for notifications. Drop me a donation like Hunter M, Adrian R. Tomum, and Bobby. Shoutouts to you. Most recent Patreon subscriber. Thank you. Also, go buy my books at bit.ly/heliosbooks. Shout out to Curry Kid. Most recent purchaser of Strategist Guide to Seduction. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. My Patreon can be found at patreon.com/theheliosblog. Alright. Also, supporting me on the podcast, all you need to do is go to the link in the description, scroll down to support the show, and it's right there. Alright. I believe that's all. Let's continue. Shitting is done.
Forget her. Forget all the chicks. Worry about yourself. Get yourself straight. And when your own shit's straight, got yourself together, females are an added bonus.
That's right. Girls are the cherry on top. You need to be the cake. That's the point. It's really not easy to become the cake, but a cake is really good without cherries. And that's what you guys need to learn. That you are the cake. A lot of men, they don't understand this principle. That you need to be that guy. You need to be the guy that is the cake. And how do you become the cake? Well, you need to be physically fit. You need to have 6 figures. You need to be working on yourself psychologically so that you know that you're strong. Just look up Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. You can be reading that, becoming a stoic. You need to increase your charisma, get better friends, and I'm going to quote Kevin Samuels. This is actually an important concept. You need to drop the friends from your life that are holding you back. The crabs in the bucket, you need to leave them because you have higher aims. So you need to go out and get those aims. Don't worry about the people that are holding you back. All right, let's continue.
It's much easier to focus on yourself and get yourself high level and then start getting females than it is to forget about yourself. Spend all your time day game running around the mall, doing 1,000 approaches, trying to pick up a real fucking slut who will bang.
Absolutely true. This is amazing advice. Really, really nice advice, Andrew. That is absolutely true. It is time is much better spent on making yourself into a strong man versus trying to chase girls at the mall or whatever. No, that mall chasing stuff, that is what you do once you're actually successful. Well, I mean, there is something important that we should mention, and I forgot to mention this. If you are successful, let's say you have money, you know, you're already charismatic, you have nice friends and whatever, but you have 0 experience with girls, you're still going to get screwed over. So you need to work on becoming a certain, you need to gain experience with girls. And the way that you gain experience is through practice. So unfortunately, even though, yes, it is time better spent making yourself into a superior man, you still need to get better at girls. So you know, you do have to practice your approaches, you do have to practice dating, you do have to practice bedroom fun, you have to practice all these things. You can't just improve yourself as a man and then at the end, when you're at the finish line, go for any random girl that gives you attention. So this is why you need practice, right? You can't just you can't just sit around and let your relationship abilities stagnate. Even though, yes, technically you could be making more money, it's going to be a balance, right? At the end of the day. All right, let's continue.
Anyone and getting laid. Fuck that garbage. All the game you've read before is bullshit.
Oh, I forgot something. Andrew is right about this. The old pickup movement of the early 2000s, what was the point of it? Well, the point of pickup is they figured out the psychological holes, right, in girls, you know, in girls' psychology, right? And in figuring out these holes, what actually happened is the pickup artists, they figured out that you could just lie a certain way and get laid, effectively, right? So you fake the high-value male traits, and girls can't tell the difference because they kind of use their intuition to figure out if you're a superior man or not, right? And so, because they couldn't tell the difference, these guys were getting laid like warlords. But the problem is this. The problem is that after a while, the girls caught on to the ruse and bam, they're unsuccessful. And not only this, they wasted all their time becoming good liars, but they had nothing else, right? And so the RP, the new wave movement, right? What it effectively did was it taught guys the actual underlying things that women are attracted to. And then men worked on those. Men became a top 20%er, or I guess nowadays in 2023, a top 4.5%er. And because they were able to do that, well, then the girls became attracted to it, and it became an organic attraction, and now these guys were getting laid like warlords. But not only were they getting laid like warlords, they also had something much more important, which was they were the cake. They had what they needed to have, right? They had the money, they had the status, they had the friends, they had the charisma, and whether that girl chose to be with the guy or not didn't matter at that point, because the guy could just go and get another girl, and that's the point. All right, let's continue.
It's absolute bullshit, and you're going to see why it's bullshit in one of the upcoming videos about how to keep hot girls, especially. You're going to see why it's bullshit. But it's bullshit because if you go up to 1,000 girls, you get 5 phone numbers and one might fuck you. Yeah, I'm sure that's absolutely true, but so? You're going to spend your life, instead of becoming rich, instead of becoming strong, instead of becoming smart, you're just going to fucking run around a mall, approaching girls, day game. It's bullshit. It's garbage. It's for children.
Agreed.
All that shit is for children. I focused on myself. And that's how I've managed to attain the highest quality females.
That's right. So this is the thing that they don't tell you, okay? When you're growing up, they tell you just be yourself. Well, no. That is absolutely false. You need to be the strongest version of yourself. The best, the most charismatic, the most jacked, the most money, the epitome of your genetic potential. That is what you need to be. And then, yes, then just being yourself will get girls. It's true. But there's a big divide, a big chasm between that and just being yourself. All right, let's continue.
And also not attain, retain, which is another thing we're doing a separate video. Because retaining females is completely different to obtaining females. So we're talking about the factors that you cannot control in terms of females. We talked about the timing, how some stores are closed. Talk about how you have to make her like you more than the other guys. And sometimes that's difficult, because let me tell you something. She might be talking to a real G. If she's talking to me, you're going to struggle to make her like you more.
Well, exactly.
That's the truth. I have more tangible assets. More physical, financial, and mental assets. Plus, I know the game. Sometimes you're outclassed. That's how it goes. Sometimes you're just outclassed. That's how it goes.
Yeah, and this is why you need to not be upset if a girl rejects you, right? You don't know exactly why it is that the girl rejected you. You don't know why she wasn't interested in being with you. She could be tired, she could be annoyed, she could be on her cycle, she could have just gotten out of a relationship, just been rejected that day, or all kinds of emotional garbage reasons you don't know. And so, you shouldn't be so hard on yourself because you don't know. So if you get rejected, say all right and move on. That's the way of the world. You can be rejected. That's okay. All right, let's continue.
There's another thing you can't really control. But what you can control in those situations is that you don't make her lose respect for you.
Absolutely.
You don't kill your chance for the future by being a little begging for attention bullshit.
That's right.
Keep your honor about you. Because if you're going to lose the game, there's 2 ways to lose it. With honor and without honor.
That's right.
You're going to lose. As soon as you sense you're going to lose, as soon as you detect, this girl, I'm not going to get her, then you can either lose her by begging, hoping for that little tiny chance and losing all your respect, or just thinking, you know what, I'm going to try again in 8 months. Fuck this.
That's right. And not only this, if a girl rejects you, it means, like, that's actually a good sign. Because she's telling you she's not interested, which is great. Now go and move on to a girl that is interested. It's perfectly allowed for a girl to not be into you. That is okay. What's not allowed is she tries to friend zone you and you go along with it and waste your time, attention, affection, and energy. In that case, you're destroying yourself. And why would you do that? It's idiotic. Obviously, you shouldn't be doing that. All right, let's continue.
I'll get someone else. So we all know what the correct decision is. Don't be fucking so desperate for a girl that you just lose all your honor and self-respect. Because then you're never going to get her. Ever. And that's some real dumb shit. So I want you to understand, when we start talking about women, there's a whole bunch of factors you cannot control. So when it comes to approaching hot girls, you have to understand this. Some are open for business, some are closed for business. Next. What can you do? Besides the factors that you cannot control, what are the factors you can control? Well, body language is one of them, obviously. Clothes, we've discussed all this. But really, when it comes to approaching females, game as a whole is something I don't like. I don't like the idea of it because it's bullshit. It really is bullshit.
Well, I mean, game was just copying the things that high-value men have by just existing and pretending you have them, right? So it's not BS. It is true and it does work. It's just, Andrew, you don't need to use game because you don't need to lie, and that's what I say to you watchers as well. There is no need to lie. Become the strong man you've always wanted to be, and you don't need to lie about anything. I want to sleep with multiple girls. This is what I'm going to do. My goal is X, and I'm striving for that goal. The train is going this way, and if you're not with me, I don't care. Go find another man. I really don't give a damn. I will find a girl who will be on my program. And if you're not okay with that, okay, sure.
I cannot sit here and tell you how to act. Even if I told you to have the exact same mannerisms
it wouldn't work.
And say the exact same things
your own
I
style.
would say. They work for me, but they will not work for you.
That's right.
Because we're individuals. We're absolutely individuals. For the same reason when you learn to fight, you learn the basics of it. But if I were to say, mimic my movements millimeter for millimeter, I won't get hit, and you will get hit. Because we're different bodies.
Different bodies, different people.
So I can't sit here and say, do this, do this, do this. Anyone who tries to tell you that, what they're doing is...
What they're trying to do is sell you something. That's obviously what they're trying to do. Now, if you see my advice, for example, like what I have in the Strategist Guide to Seduction, I don't give exact lines, I give kind of guidelines, and the reason is because you will have your own individual style. I'm just trying to show you the underlying concept, and you apply it to yourself. I mean, that's what critical thinking is, so use it. Okay, let's continue.
Trying to oversimplify an extremely complicated situation in an attempt to get paid. Because every single female you approach is going to be different. Every single scenario when you're in is going to be different. Every restaurant you sit in is going to be different. You're different to me. The mood she's in is going to be different. The weather is going to be fucking different. Maybe it's raining, maybe it's sunny. Everything has a small part to play. So
yeah, but there are general trends, general ideas that work. Reflecting the girl's emotions back at her, not over-investing at the beginning of a relationship, only doing warm approach, which means talking to girls that are showing you positive body language, which means that they're actually interested in you, only investing your time in girls that are investing their time in you, right? Not going on serious dates where you pay lots of money to begin. Because obviously, if you're doing that, then what's going to happen? Well, what's going to happen is she's going to see that you're a loser that overinvests from the beginning, and if she sees that, well, you're done, and that's obvious, right? You should obviously know that some girls in 2023, they're not out for your best interest. And if you're not looking out for these girls, if you're not trying to prevent these girls from destroying you, then some of these girls will go ahead and do it, right? Not everybody is a nice, gentle, calm, great person, right? Maybe we should throw in the qualities that men should be looking for in women too. Fit, feminine, cooperative, submissive, bedroom fun loyal, and no children before the relationship. These sorts of things are extremely important. All right, let's continue.
So for me to sit here and say, if you do this, and then you do this, and then you do this, you're going to get laid, is the kind of bullshit people package up, trying to make it a complicated situation seem simple to get money.
Exactly.
Getting laid is not simple. The only thing you can do if you want to retain, especially in a future video, retain as well as obtain hot women, is be yourself. You cannot project and act.
Yes, exactly. You cannot pretend to be someone you're not and be successful over the long term with girls. Obviously. You need to be the best, strongest, fittest, most successful, most charismatic, most friends, better friends, all of that. So the idea is you need to be a high value man, which means you provide some value, other men see you as their peer, and so on. You need to be that. And if you're not that, well, people aren't going to be interested in you, right? And by people, I mean women. The way that men would be interested in you is, wanting to either trade value or be in the same group, right? So men of value band together. I mean, the idea is birds of a feather flock together, right? Unless sometimes if they're on opposing political spectrum or, if they're on the opposite side of an argument, maybe it'll be one group versus another. But that's a different story entirely. Let's continue here.
For any considerable period of time. That's not possible. The only way you can be anything for a considerable period of time is to be yourself.
Be yourself, yep.
So
the
maybe you're
strongest, best version of yourself.
Shit person, yeah, fine, maybe. But you have to absolutely and utterly be yourself. Now, there are some things which are ironclad beneficial when it comes to getting females. You can be yourself and be a confident version of yourself as opposed to a meek version of yourself.
You see?
Confidence is always attractive because men were built to lead. Like we said earlier, men were built for combat. So confidence is something you need. Everyone already knows this shit.
Yep.
And confidence doesn't have to be sitting there and bragging. Confidence is little things. When you pick the girl up, where are we going? I know where we're going.
Yep.
Not where do you want to go.
That's making decisions.
She doesn't want to make decisions. Females don't want to
leading
think.
the relationship.
They want to be led down a rabbit hole of entertainment.
Right.
They want to be entertained.
Yep.
They don't want to think. They don't want to sit there and have to think about it.
Absolutely.
They'll say, yeah, we're going here. Even if you get there and it's shit, because I don't like it here, so yeah, well.
There's more also. What I like to do is I like to not actually disclose the plans. So I just say, meet me at this place at this time, right? And then we meet, and then we do the thing. But I have a whole series of things planned that we're going to do. It's already pre-planned. And the same goes with, in your relationship, right? Don't say what you have planned. Just say, Saturday, I want you to wear that nice red dress that I like, wear some shoes that make you look pretty, and, I'll come pick you up. And she's going to be like, oh my God, what are we doing? Are we dancing? Are we going to dinner? Are we doing la la la? And you just hint at it. Oh, let's just say we're doing something that will be very entertaining for your feet. And she's going to be like, she's going to think, okay, like what could that be? Are we dancing? Are we going to the art gallery? Are we going to... You see what I'm saying? You want to give her imagination time and ammunition to work. Because again, women fall in love with what they hear. Women, like, they use their imagination to imagine all of the amazing things, and you want to unlock the girl's imagination for your own benefit. All right, let's continue.
I do. Stick to your fucking guns. So confidence is obviously the first thing, but you know that shit already. Just be confident about who you are and what you say. Doesn't mean you have to be an asshole. You haven't got to be an asshole. In fact, a lot of people confuse the two. A lot of people go, girls like assholes. No, girls like confidence.
That's right.
But nowadays, only assholes have
Only
confidence.
assholes are confident.
If you're the rare select guy who's not an asshole and also supremely confident, you're definitely going to fuck.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You haven't got to be an asshole. It's the confidence they're attracted to, not the asshole qualities.
Yep.
So yeah, you absolutely have to be yourself. You have to be a confident version of yourself. But we've already talked about this in lesson 1. Believe you can do anything.
Yep.
You're about to go on a date with Megan Fox. Are you intimidated? No.
Megan Fox is just a girl that was lucky. You're just dating a lucky girl. It's not hard for her to be her. It's hard for you to be you. It's hard for you to have those nice muscles. It's hard for you to be that charismatic guy. It's hard for you to have the job you have. It's hard for you to have all of those accomplishments that you did. It's hard for you to be you, not for her to be her. So why would you be intimidated by her? She should be intimidated by you. That's the point. And truth be told, at a certain level, she will be, right? Oh my God, I'm going out with Mr. Tate. Ooh, like that sort of thing. All right, let's continue.
You're the fucking man, and you're gonna fuck her same night after taking her to the worst restaurant in town.
Yeah. I mean, you've already heard my advice about my opinion on sleeping with a girl on the first date. Yes, it's possible. Yes, it's doable. You can do it. But here's the issue. If you want to sleep with a girl on the first date, it's going to have to be a long date. You're going to meet her, let's say, at 12 p.m., 12 in the afternoon. And maybe by 8 p.m., you'll be sleeping with her. Whereas with my method, you can sleep with a girl on the second date, and you'll only have to have spent, let's say 2 hours total, or even less. The point is, girls don't want to feel like they're being garden tools. And so because they don't want to feel like they're being garden tools, they're going to have a lot of resistance to bedroom fun on the first date. Unless it feels during that date like they've gone on a lot of dates with you, right? So if you venue change a bunch of times, if you've done a bunch of things together, well, that's different, right? But if... let's say you go on half an hour date, first date, and you try to sleep with a girl, then that's not going to happen. Unless, she's like a 2 out of 10 and you're an 8 out of 10, then, she's going to take what she can get, right? All right, let's continue.
Because you can do anything. Because you're a fucking G. That's how I think. I don't even brush my hair. I don't even shave. I rock up in fucking clothes and wear them for 2 days.
Yeah, but you don't need to shave because, you know, you're bald. But, I mean, I guess shave your head. Anyway.
I don't give a fuck. Turn up, hi. Start talking shit. Before you know it, she's naked. Because I know my skills.
Yup.
I know I'm the G. If you know you're the G, you ain't got nothing to worry about. You can be yourself, and you can be a completely different person to me, personality-wise, and still be a G. You can say completely different things and still be successful.
Yep.
You can have different mannerisms and different techniques or whatever bullshit. And
Well, I mean, literally billions of men have gotten laid. Do you think that they've all used exactly the same technique? Obviously not, right? So that means many techniques work. There's many avenues that lead to Rome, right?
still be successful if you've implemented the first lessons correctly.
A fantastic environment, and I think in an idealistic world, that's the way it would be. I think the reason it's not happening today is that I don't think many men actually benefit from marriages or relationships anymore.
That's right.
And people are always going to have to require some degree of incentive. I think that we've set up the world now in a way where men are seen as worker droids. They're expected to go work all day, come home, clean up as well, share the cleaning with the woman, not have no meal prepared for them, not have any authority over the household.
Yup, it's utterly ridiculous nonsense, obviously. Alright, let's end the video there. Hit the like, hit the sub, hit all for notifications, drop me a donation, like Hunter M, Adrian R, Tom M, and Bobby, shoutouts to him, most recent Patreon subscriber. Go buy my books at bit.ly/heliosbooks. Shoutouts to Curry Kid, most recent purchaser of Strategist Guide to Seduction. Thank you. Also, support me on the podcast by going to the link in the description box, scroll down, and it says support the show there. Alright. Also, share this video. Thank you so much for listening, especially if you listen to the end. I really do appreciate it. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.